Hello, one and all, and welcome back to another edition of the DVD Shelf for Flix, the show that would rather high-five a good movie than rip off the arms of a bad one. Every movie I feature is one that I enjoy, however, not all films are created equal, which is why I will be using this scale to rate them. Today I have an animated film that falls into the hugely popular genre of anime. That's right, it's time to talk about the 1993 Japanese film, Ninja Scroll. Anime sometimes gets a bad rap from mainstream audiences in the States. Some think it's all just for kids and so don't bother, and others think all anime is some perverted or weird art form and thus disregard it. And sure, there is anime that falls into these categories, but there's also some genuinely great storytelling and entertainment to be found in this genre of film. And Ninja Scroll is one such example of this. When a diseased girl stumbles upon some villagers warning of a nearby outbreak in another village, the Shogun's Koga ninjas are sent to investigate the rumors that 8 strangers were seen near the infected village. Upon investigating, all but one of the ninja are wiped out, with the only surviving ninja, the poison tester Kaguro, being kidnapped by the assailant. When wandering ninja Jubei comes across them, he helps free Kaguro. The pair end up joining forces, with some help from the mysterious old monk Dakuan, as they uncover a dastardly plot, a group of demonic superpowered ninjas called the 8 Devils of Kimon, and an enemy from Jubei's past. Apart from the animation style, this definitely doesn't feel like your typical anime. Some of the more popular anime films, such as Akira and Ghost in the Shell, can be hard to digest and inaccessible to anyone not a fan of anime, containing some bizarre visuals or overly convoluted stories. In other words, they just seem weird to outsiders. And honestly, I might catch some flack for this. Even I don't understand why Akira has such a following. It just wasn't for me. Ninja Scroll, while containing some unique character designs and overt fantasy elements, has a fairly easy to follow story, some sleek animation, fun action, and unique villains. And by unique, I don't mean to say that they are completely original, but more that they are unique from one another, with each one containing their own supernatural abilities, strengths, and weaknesses, which Jubei and Kaguro must work to determine in order to survive, giving the movie a bit of a video game flavor. It is fairly common for newcomers to anime to think that these films and shows are based on Japanese comics called manga. After all, some of the most popular films are, such as the aforementioned Ghost in a Shell and Akira. However, Ninja Scroll is not based on manga. Instead, it is more of an homage to Futaro Yamada's Ninpocho series of novels, published from 1959 to 1971, which is obvious given the title of the first novel in the series is the Koga Ninja Scrolls, which itself eventually received an actual manga adaptation that became an anime called Basilisk. Additionally, the Jubei character was inspired by Japanese folk hero Yagyu Jubei Mitsuyoshi, and Dakuan was inspired by famous Japanese monk Takuan Soho.
I have no plans to help a government spy.
Stop complaining.
In the end, this is a fun, wonderfully animated, and brutally violent film that follows 2 ninjas as they take on the 8 Devils of Kimon. It has a fairly fast pace and is also easy enough to follow, unlike some other anime films out there. And while it certainly isn't for everyone, this is easily my favorite anime and one of the only anime films I own, and so I give it a 5. Go out there and get it today. If you're even considering getting into anime, think ninjas are cool, or enjoy fantasy films, this is a no-brainer. But be warned, if it isn't abundantly apparent already, this is not for kids. As far as the special features go, the Blu-ray I have is pretty boring. The picture looks great, with this being the best looking version of the film I've seen thus far, but the special features, well, there really are none, which is a disappointment. You're able to watch it in the original Japanese language with subtitles, or with the English dub, and this will probably be the only time I say this ever about a foreign language film, but the English dub is actually pretty good and works well, with the quality of the voice acting being about on par with any other animated film, as opposed to some of the questionable dubs for live-action films.
First of all, don't you think if we keep this up, it's almost certain one of us is gonna die?
One of us. Yes.
Well, That'll do it for this episode. For the DVD Shelf 4 and Flix, this is Yagyu Munenori, reminding you that wasps hate water.
Hey, David Rose here. Hope you enjoyed that video because there are plenty more where that came from. And we'd really appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button and clicked on the notifications icon so you can get all of our latest content. Which reminds me, I should probably go make some.